Hi and welcome to 5 Minutes with Kvesti. This time I want to talk about climate change and cross-country skiing. I planned this video for last week. When I was supposed to shoot last week's video, we had something that looked like winter. Only looked like, but when I published last week's video we didn't have that anymore. So I could have done this last week. But I felt like if I do this video when it looks like winter outside, somebody start to comment that there's no climate change, look outside, there's a winter. I don't remember seeing anyone in Finland questioning climate change lately. Maybe there are some people, but I haven't seen them for a while. I think reason why Finnish people don't question climate change so much at this point is that we have the thing called cross-country skiing. Cross-country skiing is kind of national sport in Finland. Everyone has been skiing, or at least if they are old enough, and at least they know somebody who's into cross-country skiing, and they know how climate change affects cross-country skiing. When I talk about skiing in this video, it's always cross-country skiing, not alpine skiing or any other skiing. Cross-country skiing requires enough snow that you can make tracks. In some cases, it requires weather to be cold long enough that lakes are freezing and you can go skiing on lakes. But usually it's the snow that you need, and that requires cold weather for a certain period of time. If you have lived in Finland for last 15 years and you remember what kind of weather and what kind of winters we have had, and you are into cross-country skiing, you know that in later years we haven't had long enough cold weather to get really good skiing conditions. And you can see this where I live. I don't see real winter anymore. There's something that looks like winter for a couple of weeks during the winter time. And last week we had something like 4 or 5 days of those, and I don't remember if we had more than 3 days of that earlier this winter. Where I live, the winter don't look like the winter we are used here. If you take my Christmas Eve video from here, you can see that it doesn't look like winter we are used in Helsinki and in Finland. When I moved to Helsinki about 12 years ago, we still had winter in Helsinki, real winter. I went to skiing, but now I don't have even skiing equipment because I don't see real winter anymore. Maybe there are skiing tracks somewhere in Helsinki, but I don't even own skiing equipment because we don't have that kind of winter that feels like winter, and I don't believe that we have good enough skiing tracks here. Maybe there are, but it requires me to have a car, which I don't have. And if there's only 1 or 2 tracks in Helsinki, they are full of people when they are skiing condition. Cross-country skiing World Championships were held last week in Lahti. Lahti is about 100 kilometers north from Helsinki. They had the snow and they could hold the event, but if you know what real winter looks like in Finland, that didn't look like real winter. They had enough snow to have tracks and enough snow to look like winter, but it wasn't real winter, the winter that winter should look like at this time of the year. You can see this same thing in traditional skiing events. Some events have to change route because they don't know if they get enough snow or if the lakes have ice and they can go there, and some events have been cancelled altogether. So if you know somebody who's into cross-country skiing, or you are into cross-country skiing in Finland, you know climate change is real. This is not as dramatic as some countries where climate change affects people's livelihood. This is something of first world problems we have here, but we see that climate change is real. And it's hard to question climate change when you can see it happening. Not every winter is like we have most winters. There are some exceptions, but most winters don't look like winter anymore, at least in Helsinki where I live. That was it for this time. See you next time.